Hi, my name is Gina, and this is the Library Mouse. This is my first ever attempt at a YouTube channel and a YouTube video, so welcome. I thought that I would go ahead, since this is going to be a Booktube newbie tag video, and get started with the questions. So the first question is, why am I starting this channel? A couple reasons. One, I've always thought it would be fun to have a YouTube channel for a hobby. It's creative and it's a challenge, but I never really felt like I knew what my channel could be about. Like, what could I do that would be interesting to enough people? Like, do you want to see a day in the life of a retired teacher? So when I thought about what do I love to do, and that's read, besides a multitude of other things, I thought that this would be a good start. And my friend Lynn, who has a channel over at My Little Rural Homestead, has been encouraging me to try YouTube. So here I am. What are some fun and unique things I can bring to Booktube? I think a mature perspective about what I'm reading. I also tend to not read a lot of the most popular books. And by that I mean, I've noticed that some books are super trendy on Booktube. I don't have a TikTok, but I've seen people share. And I tend to not read super trendy books, at least not at the time they are trendy. So just maybe some unique books that other people can read. Also, I mean, you never know who is going to join the video. It could be a cat, it could be a dog. So, and I probably won't ever edit them out because, you know, they're super cute. I'm most excited about first of all, it's a challenge. So I'm excited about meeting the challenge. It's fun for me because I hope to have a good community, a kind community of people to talk with about books. And just seeing where it goes. It's always exciting to try something new. And for 2024, I decided that every month I would do something new. So I think for January, starting a YouTube channel counts as something new. Why do I love reading? Like, why do people love to read? I love reading. I've always loved reading. But when I really thought about that question, I think that it's because it's entertaining. When I read, I have a movie in my head. And most of the time when I'm reading, I try to think of actors or actresses that I would cast in the role of the character. And then as I'm reading, it plays in a movie in my mind. And that's fun. So I love that about reading. What book or series got you into reading? I've been reading ever since I was little. I mean, I knew how to read before I went to kindergarten. My mother hated to read, but she made sure that my sisters and I had the opportunity to go to the library. And we would go every week and get books from the beginning, as little as I can remember. We had little golden books. We had Dr. Seuss books. When I was a child, some of the books that I loved were the little orphalines. I don't even know if anybody knows what that is anymore. Little orphaline books. I read Nancy Drew. I read Dare Wright and the Little Bear books. I loved them as a child. I loved to read books about dolls that came to life. But I read all the time. Oh, books about pioneer girls and farm girls. Loved that. Little House on the Prairie series was a favorite of mine. I think when I was 9 or 10, I got Little Women. And so then I started to read Louisa May Alcott. Everything. Little Men, Little Women, Joe's Boys, you name it, and I was searching it out. I continued to read all kinds of things in high school. Classics, Scarlet Letter, The Jungle. I read a lot of books about teaching. Tori Hayden. It's what made me become a special ed teacher, was reading those books. So those books, I still have like a soft spot in my heart for those. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And one of the things I would like to do this year is to reread my favorites from childhood. So that is a plan. Questions I would ask my favorite booktubers. They already talk about all the books they read, so I don't think I would ask them about books. I think I would ask them their advice about having a YouTube channel about books. Now, how do they think of their ideas? You know, what tips, tricks, do they have for a brand new YouTuber starting out? Probably one would be, make sure there's no glare on your glasses when you're filming. The challenges, okay, there's a lot of challenges. First, getting used to seeing myself in a video. Not super easy. Another challenge would just be coming up with enough ideas to sustain a channel for more than a few months so that people don't get tired. And also creating content that people actually want to watch. That's a challenge. And then the techie part. I'm pretty techie. And I think once I have it down, I'll have it down. But it's just the beginning when you're first starting out, figuring out how to make a video and how to edit the video and put in all the bells and whistles that people do on YouTube. I think I already answered this question. I started reading when I was before kindergarten, and it was I was read to a lot. And I read a lot of little golden books and poetry. My Child's Garden of Verses. That's what I read as a child. Where do I read? I read here. I have a room that we're going to convert to a library this year, and I will be happy to share that renovation. I have a new sunroom, and I love to read in the sunroom. And the one place I have not read very often is in bed. But I did want to share, something that's made me want to read in bed. So I got this cool little clip-on lamp. You just click it on your pages. What I love about it is this wide light. And it's bright, but you can change the tone. You can change the brightness of it. And it makes reading in bed so nice because it just illuminates the 2 pages on my book. So yeah, it's by Gritton. I got it on Amazon, but it's changed my book reading because now I'm more apt to read in bed, which I never did before. Usually when I go to bed, I go to bed. What kind of books do I like to read? I like to read contemporary fiction, nonfiction about topics that I like. I like to read historical fiction, not historical romance. If there's romance in it, I want it secondary. I don't want it to be the focus of the book. I love to read about real life characters who are like my age, going through the same things as me, I like dystopian fiction. I don't like, here we go. I don't like science fiction. I don't enjoy fantasy. I don't enjoy horror. I don't enjoy like police or murder mysteries. I don't like true crime at all. I don't like romance, like Hallmark movie romance. I don't like that kind of romance book. The main important thing is that I can connect to the characters. I am trying to broaden my horizons with what I like to read. So I will be sharing a couple book challenges that I am trying to do this year. I'm starting a reading journal this year, which I've never done before. So I will definitely share that on a video. And what does my book collection look like? I will share that later. My book collection is all over the place. It's in this room, that room, this room, that room. I don't have a dedicated spot for my reading collection. But what I can tell you about my reading collection is that I don't save a lot of my fiction books that I get. I pass them on to other people. I do save my nonfiction books because I use them as references. So if I save a fiction book, it's because I loved it so much that I'll probably want to reread it. So anyway, this is the Library Mouse, and I hope that you come back again to see my next video and see what I'm up to and what books I'm reading. I think my next video, see, I'm planning ahead, is going to be my January book haul. I do tend to be a reader that reads multiple books at once, so usually like 3 at a time because I get bored. So anyway, hope to see you back soon. If you like this video and want to, follow me, go ahead and, what do they say? Hit the subscribe button. So anyhow, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.